Bello is standing trial alongside Umar Oricha and Abdusalami Hudu on 16 count charges bordering on criminal breach of trust and money laundering. The case is being heard by Justice Mirihan Anene. In business, Dangote Refinery has achieved 50 million liters of premium motor spirit PMS, also known as petrol daily, supported by a 24-hour loading operation that moves over 1,000 trucks each day. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, CEO, David Bird, said the company could deliver a 1.4 million barrel a day expansion of the plant within 3 years, betting on a replication strategy designed to avoid the cost overruns and delays that often plague large energy projects. Speaking on the refinery's operations and plans, Bird said that the refinery's around-the-clock operations would ensure that high production is matched by efficient distribution, reinforcing supply stability across the country. And on the entertainment scene, the mother of a teenage girl claiming to be the daughter of Nigerian singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has disputed of previous DNA claims and alleged irregularities in past tests, saying that she intends to seek independent supervision from international authorities to establish the truth. In a statement posted on her daughter's Instagram account on Thursday, the woman, who identified herself as Ayo Labinjo, said she was not fighting for her daughter, but her daughter was seeking clarity about her identity. She claimed that the renewed public attention surrounding the case had caused further distress to the teenager, who has reportedly endured. Meanwhile, Nigerian have secured nominations for the 2026 Music of Black Origin Awards. The artists were shortlisted in the Best African Music Act category alongside Joshua Baraka, Molly, and South African singer Tyler, according to the nominations list released on Thursday via their Instagram page. Beyond the African category, Hyra Star also earned a nomination in the Best International Act category, where she will compete with global stars such as Cardi B, Ghana, Kenalni, and Vybz Kartel. And now it's time to join Compassion Adebayo to take us through sport news.
In sports, defending champions Nigeria will face familiar opposition after being drawn alongside Zambia, Egypt, and debutant Malawi in Group C of the 2026 Women African Cup of Nations, scheduled to be staged in Morocco. The final draw took place on Thursday yesterday at the Prince Moulay Abdellah Sport Complex in Rabat, with the 16 qualified teams seeded into 4 pots based on the FIFA Women's World Ranking of December 11, 2025. Host nation Morocco was automatically placed in position A1, while Nigeria, the holders, occupied position C1. Meanwhile, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has given his verdict on the officiating of Ghana referee Daniel Leray during Nigeria's AFCON semi-final defeat to Morocco on Wednesday. Osimhen labeled Leray's officiating as bad after Morocco defeated Nigeria 4-2 on penalties after a goalless draw. The game was nothing to write home about in terms of officiating, the Galatasaray attacker said at his pre-match interview at the Prince Moulay Abdullahi Stadium in Rabat. And that's all we have for you on the sports scene. Over to you, Bukola.
Thank you so much, Compassion Adebayo, for taking us through sport news. And to take us through the foreign news, it's time to join Jennifer Hebonson.
And on the foreign scene, the United States plans to spend 587 billion naira on counter-insurgency operations in Nigeria and other African countries in 2026 amid worsening security conditions across West Africa. The allocation is contained in the U.S. National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026. The security budget for the U.S. Africa Command comes against the backdrop of the Christmas Day attacks on terrorists, hideouts in Sokoto State by the Donald Trump administration. And that's all we'll have for you on the foreign scene. Back to you, Bukola.
Thank you so much, Jennifer Hebonson, for taking us through foreign news. Now to end Hayoba News, a quick reminder of our major stories. We told you that the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Ekiti State was marked with solemn reflection in heroes. The ceremony took place at the Ekiti Parapo Pavilion along New Inye Road, drawing participants from across the state. It was in a bulletin that the Nigerian government has dismissed claims that it has suspended the release of implementation guidelines under tax laws. We also brought it to you that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edo, has announced that the federal government achieved 85% performance in capital expenditure in the 2024 fiscal year, underscoring what it described as approved budget execution and stronger public finance management. 587 billion naira on counter-insurgency operations in Nigeria and other African countries in 2026 amid worsening security conditions across West Africa. And that is the size of our bulletin at this hour, as put together by the production team, edited by Moyosola Zubar. I am Bukola Olonrotobi. Thank you for listening.